What's going on, guys and girls? It's Ghost Robo, and welcome finally to Hunt Showdown. You know I'm Mr. Evolve, and so I've had my eyes on this game for ages. I cannot believe I'm finally playing it. It's such a good feeling, and I hope that it brings the fun and the freakiness and the frenetic, chaotic awesomeness that Evolve did in a different way, and maybe even evolves the genre in its own way. Hunt Showdown is a game about hunting monsters, not as big as Evolve, but monsters, medium-sized monsters, getting their bounty and then getting out the map. But the twist is, it's a big map, and there are other human players wandering around trying to hurt you, and they can potentially ruin your day by stealing the bounty that you earn. So even if you kill the boss monster, they can still take your prize, leave, and they are the winners. They also can kill you and ruin your entire character, which we'll talk about a little later. Now, the good news is we're finally playing Hunt. Big thanks to Crytek and the people over at Hunt Showdown for getting me in extra early so I could share it with you. The bad news is that there is no game audio for this video. Now, please don't let that deter you. This is more of an impressions video anyways. We'll do live gameplay soon, but I tried recording this for literally the entire afternoon, and I was having so many issues where it wasn't loading in my account right, and then it was crashing, and then it was freaking up my computer, and finally I got a game to record, and it didn't get the audio, but I was like, whatever. I don't want my first ever game of Hunt Showdown to be lost into, the abominable space of nothingness, and I wanted to share it with you, so I hope you can forgive that. I'll make the sounds, pew pew, pew pew, ba-ba, anyhow, don't worry about it. The most important thing is that I played a full match, and the game is freaking cool. I'm not even going to really address like performance or looks, although I think it looks really good. Remember, this is a early access to an early access, so there's going to be a lot that needs to improve and stabilize as the game progresses throughout the year. Now, that mode you saw right there is your very special hunt vision, which is going to help us find these blue clusters that will lead us to spots where we can help determine and deduce where the monster is. Now, that big bad can be found on your own. You don't need to go for this stuff, but the map is pretty darn large. Now, the monster is going to be in one of a bunch of different houses, buildings, structures, but there are a lot of them on the map, and in theory, there will be a lot of other players wandering around, so you don't want to just kind of go willy-nilly, guns blazing. You would want to creep and stalk and find these little nodes of info, basically magic info, that help reduce the size of the map and allow you to zero in on, in this case, a giant creepy spider. The guy is fast as heck, he's really, really quick, and he spits poison and pounces, and you and your teammate are going to need to work together. There's the map. As you can see, it's pretty big. There are a lot of different sites. You could just kind of go and roll the dice and hope that you find them right away, because if you do, you could get the bounty. But as soon as that happens, the rest of the map is going to be alerted, and they're going to come for you, and now you're going to have to fight the monster and defend from the hunters, and now the hunters became the hunted. That's sort of like the tagline for the game, and it's like Evolve, except if while you were hunting the monster, someone else was hunting you. Pretty darn crazy. This is a very fancy, fun freaker with a lot of locusts rolling around trying to eat my buddy here. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know if anyone else... well, no. I heard people firing guns in this game. I didn't come up across a bunch of people, but there definitely were other people in the map, and I'm sure it's because it's very early. This is legit the first day that people have been able to play it, and so people are just figuring it out. So this is more of, like I said, my first game. You will get to see the fight with the big boss and a bunch of weird, gross zombies, as well as all the mechanics that are involved here. One thing that is really cool about Hunt is that you are recruiting a character, almost like Darkest Dungeon style, or I guess, I don't know, like I don't even know what it would compare it to, but a game where you are recruiting a hunter, and then as long as they live, you can grow them, level them up, outfit them with awesomeness, unlock new traits and extra health for them, and if they die, it's over, and that guy is gone. Luckily, there's also account level progression, where you will be unlocking the ability to purchase more tools, more weapons, and kind of building out your account. So you got character level progression and account level progression, which is cool. I love the dual systems that you got going on here. We're entering a church, and there is a big boy full of, I can't tell if those are like sacks of pus or armor, but either way, he doesn't look fun. So I'm calling my friend Gabe and be like, hey, please come help me. We need to take this guy on together. One thing I found very interesting about this game is that the enemies were not as difficult as I expected, but the thing that comes into play here is it's more about the noise you're making and the potential alert that you're causing for human enemies, because those are the guys that can kill you quickly. There's also friendly fires, so you need to be careful as you and your teammate navigate these dangerous lands. We're playing in the daytime because I haven't seen a lot of daytime. Most of the footage in the trailers has been night, and I wanted to do something weird. Plus, it works out nicely, so the video that's not live gets to be day, and the live video gets to be the spooky night, because it was spooky enough hearing so many creepy noises in the distance, including gunshots, which are the most terrifying, given the fact that that means human players. These zombies are not using guns, or these freakers, or whatever they're called. They're not using guns. You can see I am currently rocking a shotgun, a revolver. I also have a health kit on me. I have an antidote on me for poison. I've got a knife, and I've got a lamp. Not really going to need that lamp because it's pretty darn bright out, but that knife could come in handy if I need a melee weapon. You can also find and pick up melee weapons. There was like a sledgehammer that Gabe found and one that I found throughout, and they were pretty effective. I was pretty darn pleased with that melee weapon and how it bashed and smashed some very, very diseased dogs. Now I'm climbing up to the top of this tower to see if there's any special anything to pick up. I don't really know much about the pickups in this game. I know that there's ammo, but I'm not sure if you're able to like find antidotes, find health kits, or if it's all ammo. Here I find a lantern, which at night would be very useful. Again, it looks very bright and happy and positive and almost Dying Light-esque right now, but I think the game is going to shine in the darkness. I feel like eventually they will either eliminate the daytime maps, or the game will be played mostly on these nighttime maps. It seems like that's just where the game is going to really excel. It's a pretty game, though, so maybe you will want to see it during the day. I just feel like nighttime is really going to bring about the best sort of, it's the most conducive to really cool moments. And this is a game that, like PUBG before, and like Evolve even before that, definitely lays a lot on water cooler moments, stories that will occur to you as you move through this world, as you come across other enemies, as you come across other humans, and as you eventually come across the boss. So currently we're just kind of wandering. You can see we got pretty darn limited ammo. I'm being attacked from behind. There is one of our magic little ground swells that is going to allow us to investigate. I gotta stop bleeding, and Gabe is going to investigate. That updates the map. Now, you'll notice here that this is super beneficial. There is a darkened area. That area says don't go there. The monster is not there. So now, basically, 2/3 to 3/4 of the map is open for business. 1/4 to 1/3 has been shuttered. We can still go there, but we know that we're not going to find our bountiful target. And again, you can play this game a number of ways. You could just go to wipe the other teams and be kind of like a bounty hunter, in a totally different sense, a human bounty hunter rather than a monster bounty hunter. You could focus on trying to get to the monster as quickly as possible to take him out, survive, and then extract. You could be a very conniving crew and wait for the monster to be killed and then go save up all your ammo to try and kill the humans if you're just a masterful aim. You could, just roll the dice and try to find the monster without even seeking out those nodes. So I really like, and I hope it encourages different playstyles. And I hope that they're able to merge well together. There's another node that we found, and now we have closed off about 60% of the map. So we know that our big friend with 8 legs is in that lower region. There are swamps, there are platforms, there are houses, there are churches, and there are even weird gates and grates that you'll see as we progress towards the big battle. Like I said, I was hearing gunshots in the distance. Where they're at, I'm not sure. It is a game that, at least in its current state, just drops you in without a whole lot of introduction. There's a video tutorial and there is an online manual at the website, but I'm guessing the regular full game or even the early access game is going to have more of a tutorial or more of something to test things out, because a lot of this first round was just kind of experimenting, exploring, and getting a better understanding. I knew the core concept of the game, but in practice it's obviously always different than just when you are passively watching. Alright, so we're at the Pitching Crematorium, which doesn't sound like a very happy place to be, and it's not, because there's a whole bunch of zombies around. These freakers were not as aggressive as I expected, but obviously all of that can be tuned. The dogs themselves were the ones who were most vicious. I was conserving ammo for the spider. Gabe was expending his ammo on all of these idiots. Again, we're looking for blue goo to go closer and closer and zero in on Sir Spider. Again, let's touch a little bit on the character. So you progress your character. My guy reached level 11 just from this match. What that did was give him some points to expand his health meter. I expanded it to 3 segments. It also gave me a whole bunch of money in order to buy things from the store, because once I use that antidote, it is gone. you recruit hunters. Like I said, Darkest Dungeon style, you'll pay a certain amount of money to get a hunter, and he'll start at level 1 with a predetermined loadout. But each of the recruits has a different loadout, so you can kind of decide how you want to roll and how you want to play. Well, after the first round, though, that loadout may look completely differently because you've used stuff, and things definitely are perishable. Your gun is not going to be perishable as we zero in on a small sector of the map where the baddie is going to be. Your guns are not perishable, but things like the antidote and first aid kits definitely are. I'm not exactly sure how the first aid kits work entirely. It says 5 uses per. I don't know if that is within the game, within a round, or if it's 5 uses and then you have to buy a new first aid kit. Not entirely sure, but you will be unlocking new things to purchase for your character as you level up your account. So character level progression is about getting him, or I hope eventually her, better. Right now it's just a bunch of really grimy, grisly men that you can recruit. And you are going to be using your points of leveling up for traits and health. Right now there's no traits. I think it's just because, again, this is very early, but it sounded like from what I've heard from developers, eventually you will be able to, add sort of perks and passives to your character. Once they die, that's gone. Luckily, you still have your account level. That's going to be very beneficial because that's what's going to help you unlock more and more things to buy. So when you do recruit a brand new heroic hunter, you can outfit him with new antidotes or with whatever you want. And they also have traits that they are born with, like you can use a main weapon in the secondary slot, you can sprint faster before being exhausted, things of that sort. This dog is going to meet Hammer, and it's an insta-kill. Pretty freaking tough Hammer. I like it. I love it. I don't want some more of it because that would mean more demon dogs, and they're kind of freaky when you hear them. The locusts to me are the scariest, and you get to see them firsthand in a second. The crows are also very big. Bloodborne big. I'm not really sure why they're so big, but they are big. We're working our way towards that. There is another dog, I believe. I think Gabe is going to take him out. No, he's not. Now there are locusts and dogs, and I hate this. I'm getting poisoned, and my health is lowering. I could use the antidote, but I feel like that spider's venom is going to be vicious, so I am going to save it, and instead wait about 10 to 15 seconds, and that poison will wear off. You will refill your health within those segmented bars. I am going to use a first aid kit, though, to make sure I go back to full health, and that seems like a good idea. You can see my stamina bar there, my sprint bar. Not going to use that antidote, and I'm going to use the first aid. You can punch, a little bit of melee action there if you want to do that. And there also, like I said, is friendly fire in every freaking way. So I can shoot my friend, I can stab him, I can punch him, and it will hurt and they will bleed. There we go. I used that. It wasn't a very notable sound effect or anything, so I keep holding the first aid kit because I'm like, I didn't use it. But in reality, I did. So after the 10-minute mark, we have found where we need to go. This would be the point where the game gets real crazy, but I don't know how many people were in this round, nor if they really knew what they were doing, because I feel like this is where everyone would just crash on us. I don't believe that they can see exactly where the monster is, but I'm guessing there is some sound effect or something to alert everyone that we have found it. Maybe not. Maybe that stays completely on the down low, and the sound effects and the notifications are not enabled until you actually start fighting the monster, until you actually kill it. I'm not exactly sure how that all 100 wins, or works. Winning is also very important, and that is something we're going to do. So we gotta get to our friend the spider. Gabe is practicing his hurls of this stuff, and we are still practicing our first aid kit. I'm like, why is it not working? It's from the hospital department. Why not? Little did I know I already have used it. Ammo is scattered in boxes around the level, and they conveniently placed one in the final resting place of the spider. You'll see that in a second. At the top left corner, you can see the icon for the boss, and that we have all 3 clues, basically, Blue's Clue style, to find him. There's a dog there. I don't know if he's going to bother us. Yes, he is. Let's shoot him in the head. Headshots seem to be very beneficial here. There are certain zombies that have headgear on, and you'll need to shoot them in the body, but it was only 2 shots. Alas, we arrive! This is a very cool grate, and this grate is here not only to make it a little bit more menacing, but I think it also helps to keep other players from just running in, shooting you, and running away like little hooligans. Plus, I bet you can hear this. The game definitely recommends you wear headphones, and it's a lot about audio and positional audio where everybody's at. I'm going to use this opportunity, though, to take out these zombies, because there's quite a few, by that barn where I believe the big bad is. Now, there are maps that are going to have multiple creatures, I believe, a big and a small, and they'll be worth 2 bounties for the big and 1 bounty for the small, which is even cooler because then it adds more options. Maybe you don't even care to get all bounties. You just want to get one and get out because that still will help you still level up your characters. You can extract at any point, especially if you feel weakened, like this horse. I felt bad for him. I wanted to see if I could put him out of his misery. I did. I hate shooting things. I definitely wouldn't do that in real life. I'd probably just kiss him and cuddle him, but he was hurting, and I felt like I needed to do that, even though it was video game. Plus, I wanted to see if it worked. Now, there are things that will make noise here, noisemakers. Also, you have to crank this door, which makes noise, and it's just not an easy entrance. So it does limit players from coming and just shooting you instantly. I like that. I love that they have protected your battleground, so at least you have a chance. And even if someone comes and stumbles upon you, you will hear them coming and be able to react. Now, this spider is freaking fast, so forgive my poor aim. Got him a little bit there. He does have a health bar, which is cool. He's dropping poison on Gabe already. He is moving very fast, and again, I kind of was panicking a little. It's the first time I played it. Also, mouse and keyboard, and I'm not much of a mouse and keyboard guy, so forgive some of the bad aim. Eventually, I'll do you proud. That guy is moving very quickly. This is the monster we've seen in trailers, and he lives up to his description. He lives up to what they said he would do, which is be very, very nasty, pounce on you, poison you, and put his freaking legs all over this area, on the ceiling, on the floor, jumping to and fro, pouncing us, and more. I'm going to use my antidote there and hope I don't get poisoned again. Now, I did antidote back into my second bar, so I don't need to use a first aid kit. It will help out me on its own. This gun here is probably going to be effective because it can fire fast. If I can get him in a localized spot, though, that shotgun is where I'd want to focus on because it will do more damage. This was the most fun part of Hunt, and I can only imagine the chaos if you knew that there were 6 other hunters out there excuse me, trying to take you out also. And the panic, knowing like, hey, I'm trying to fight this guy, but I'm also being hunted. That's terrifying because it was scary enough and intense enough to fight this dude. Man, in a full-on matchmaking kingdom of beautiful hunters and huntresses, this is going to get real intense. And I can see already the potential for so many perfect moments. And it's like, obviously, I think, created to be such a really good video or streaming type game, right? There's just moment after moment that could occur, and really chaotic because you can be eliminated at any time, and so that's where it borrows some of that like PUBG style stuff, some of that Fortnite stuff, some of that just like Battle Royale. You can be eliminated, and your elimination holds a lot of weight. It's not like, oh, just reload another map, but your character dies, which I think is very cool. Some people might get very frustrated with that. It might be upsetting, but I think it's pretty cool. I'm poisoned. I don't have another antidote. I thought the antidote would be reusable. It's not, and I will not get it back at the end of this round. There we go. Some real good damage on the spider. You gotta be careful with your equipment. It's critical to be restrained and resourceful, but also remember when you get into a big fight to not leave anything on the table. I like the sort of just those choices that it's going to force on people. Do you want to burn through a bunch of your gear and equipment to try and keep your character alive, or do you want to try and save it because it's not necessarily needed, but then if you don't use it and your character dies, all that progression is lost? You can quickly level up another character. Like I said, I gained 11 levels just from this one match. I'm sure that it's going to be tweaked for the final game. I don't expect it to be that much growth from one performance, but I do like that it seems as if the idea is that your character will be valuable, but not so valuable that you want to break something after dying. I'm now getting really close to taking this guy out. I want to get the final blow on him. He's low health. This shotgun has paid a huge amount of money towards the mega kill, and I like that so much. He is really scurrying now, and I want to get him. He's still got a little bit of health. A miss there with the shotgun. Got that reload. I love the era and the time of sort of like these like monstrous hunters. He's pinning Gabe, so I shot him, which I thought he was dead here, but he's not. He takes one more blow from my pal, and we are going to put him out of his misery. Now, banishing the spider is what we got to do, and this is where you'll have to defend. So even if anyone didn't come upon you while you were battling or try and take you out while you were preoccupied, you now are going to alert the entire map to this. And again, I'm not entirely sure where all the alerts come in, if it's only upon banishment and just audio cues, or if it's going to also be when you battle him, or if there's going to be an alert like someone has found the monster. Maybe it's not going to let you know where it is. But this is the big part of convergence, because now everyone knows where we're at, and it takes quite a while to banish this guy. Now, banishing him is necessary because that's going to create the bounties. Remember, I can leave at any point if I want. I can bail on this if I want to. And that could keep my character alive, but I'm not going to get any goodies from it. So I want to stick around to try and get the bounties. And this monster is going to drop 2 bounties. one for me and one for my partner. In a case where my partner is killed, I'm not sure if I can pick up both. I think you can only pick up one. In a case where we are both killed, someone else could take the bounties for themselves, which is just downright spooky. It's spooky that they can do that. And you're going to see that this is about a 4 to 5 minute, okay, maybe not that long, a couple minute process to banish this big old spider. And I don't know if there's anything about proximity. I think it's banishing on its own at its own pace. I don't think there's anything to do with, oh, if we're closer, it's going to work better and like that. My health is currently full. That was a health pickup. So there are some consumables scattered throughout the land. There's also more zombies, and quite a few of them. I just wanted to create a little chaos and kind of test what things were up to and how things worked here. So I shot that guy. They're irritated, but not enough to come find us. So let's go and see if we can irritate Gabe. I'm going to go over here, and he shoots me first. So I feel okay about the fact that I'm going to shoot him now. And you'll see there is blood, because friendly fire is totally a thing. We were just kind of moving around, checking out the surrounding area. We did hear gunshots. We were like, okay, there's got to be people close, but we weren't sure if that was actual gunshots at this point, or if it was like the banishing process, kind of like, it is like almost like firework explosions around the monster, so maybe that was making big noise. At one point, there was a huge noise, which I think is the completion of the banishment, to really just like, hello, if you haven't heard that these people are banishing and about to extract, one more game-wide alert that it's about to be over. I'm sad that there weren't other people here, but it was kind of good. Kind of good that we didn't run into anybody. It was a great chance to really mess with the systems, mess with the controls, and just experience that boss battle. One thing I am concerned about is how many monsters are they able to include, and how rote do the fights become? Now, they will be different because the spider or whoever you're fighting will be in a different location each time, but how much does that really affect the battle? Is it just window dressing? Are there different areas where the spider will jump more, or where he won't be able to go on the ceiling, or things of that nature? And how fun is it to face the same creature over and over again? Again, the interaction between the human players, I feel, is going to be mission critical and eventually determine whether this game is just a fun little fad or a mainstay amongst online PC gamers. Will you be able to find fun over and over again, like slicing your partner in the back and then him bleeding out? But you can stop the bleeding, so don't worry. It's just a flesh wound. Will there be enough variety? Because the variety is going to come from the randomness of, human interaction, but I think there still needs to be some variety in the battles. We saw, in Evolve, how the monsters were unpredictable because of the fact that they were played by humans. Now, the monsters here are far more predictable, but what kind of scripts and what kind of skills can they give these monsters so that they are able to spruce it up, spice it up, and impress us? Now, we're still banishing. You can see it's really going down. The map will alert people that we are here. That's where the bounty is, and, you can't miss it. It's a pretty big map, but not big enough that you can't run and get here quickly. We now have picked up our bounties. You can see I've got 100, my partner's got 100, so we have both bounties, and now we need to head for the exit. There are 2 exits marked on the map. One is down in this corner, the other is more in the northeast corner. They're like arrows, and that's where you need to get out. At this point, someone could just be posted up right here and shoot you, so normally we'd want to be real careful and probably stealth our way close and make sure. So a lot of the tension is going to come from this moment here as well. Like, now that we've got the bounty, our work is not done. It's not click, claim, and get the heck out of here. You saw me shoot chickens. You saw me put horses out of their misery. There is still a whole lot more, and zombies are waiting for us. So even if it's not humans, there are going to be zombies. In this case, if we were out of ammo or we were low on equipment, it might be a bad scenario. I hope that they include even stronger NPC enemies, because I think that is going to be necessary to create, like I said, that fun and just frantic nature that I hope this game achieves. Overall, I was really pumped about my play. Did not get to shoot those horses, and Gabe was like, don't do it, they're the ones that are extracting us out of here, you fool. I was like, okay, that makes sense. But I was really impressed with the game. I love the core concept. I like the dual systems of the character level progression, the account level progression, how that character makes you kind of think and make choices about what you're going to use, what you're not going to use, and just knowing in the back of your head that if you die, you're going to have to restart with somebody new. So don't break up with your character too easily. You might just want to extract, even if you're not dead, even if you didn't grab bounties, you might want to just get out of there to preserve, and that'll be interesting to see how that also affects matches. I wonder if that's something that they'll continue to include, or after testing they'll eliminate, because what if you're in a lot of rounds where guys just extract, and then you don't have any, it's like that, where you're just facing the monster by yourself. Well, the good news is, even if you just face the monster by yourself, you are getting a lot of experience and a lot of cashola. I mentioned I started at $666 in the other video, and I'm going to get nearly double that, or or I'm going to nearly double that with the money I accrue here. So let me know your take on Hunt in the comments down below. It's super fun. I'm going to be playing more. Yes, there'll be audio. Yes, it'll be live audio. And yes, we will play at night. But I want to know your take. I am really impressed. Normally these early access things are kind of like, and trust me, when I was starting to record it, I was feeling that way. I was like, I can't even get in. I can't even get started. But once I was able to get past that, it's a lot of fun. It's a really great idea. And so far, it does control, look, and play pretty darn polished. I was pretty pleased with that. And now I just want to see what kind of crazy moments conflict with other characters and other human players can create. So we're going to be gunning for that next time. We will try to better ghost our way through the stages rather than run around willy-nilly. Let me know if you have any specific requests of what you want to see. Right now, there are 2 maps. It's the same map, I guess, so 2 variations. One is day, one is night. There's only one monster, the spider. I don't know if they plan on putting more in, but right now we can just keep playing. And let me know if you have any questions or anything specific you want to see. I have another video already up where I went through all the tabs and all of the things that characters have got going on, including these upgrades, including the account level upgrades, including the store and the library and things of that sort. So check that out if you want to. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I love you. I love you. This game seems promising. I'm not gonna pin it as the next Evolve, but I'm gonna say it's promising. I'm gonna say I can't wait to play more, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So thanks so much for watching. I love you all. Have a fantastic day, guys and girls. Until next time, let me know what you think. Drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all later.